Adopted by Jian. It was an ordinary day for Erlich Bachman. He was in his room listening to XXXTentacion and staring at his ceiling. His dark auburn strawberry blondish brown curls were held back by a women's NBA sweatband. The logo was upside down, but Erlich didn't care to notice. His room smells like weed, but he doesn't notice or care about that either. "Come downstairs now," Erlich hears. His mother screams over the sound of XXXTentacion's 2018 hit Sad from his second studio album. He wants her to stop screaming so that he can focus on his ceiling and his weed. "No, Mom, 420 blaze it," he screams back. His mom then yells, "Erlich, get your fat ass down the stairs. I sold you so I could buy more weed." Erlich only heard the second part of what she said, so he just brings his bong, thinking he's getting more weed. He is excited for this, and he speed walks down the hallway. When he gets to the stairs, Erlich sees something surprising. There is a shorter man standing next to his mom. The man has glasses and wears a crew neck long sleeve shirt. What the hell? That's not his Uncle Dustin who lives in Portland. Erlich is confused because he thought that Uncle Dustin had invented weed and didn't know that other people had it too. He likes Uncle Dustin. Uncle Dustin lives in Portland, and they do the naked bike ride. And Uncle Dustin plays the best music. Erlich fondly recalls a memory from a few years ago of the day when Erlich and Uncle Dustin made a trap remix of Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner. They posted it on SoundCloud, and it had already gotten 12 listens. I could make a career out of it if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. I just want my music to be about me, not corrupted by fame, thought Erlich. His thoughts are cut off as the dark-haired man whispers something to his mom, who then screams for him to come down the stairs. "Come down the stairs right now," she says. Erlich takes a step forward, but doesn't go down the stairs. He can still hear X's beautiful voice coming from the speakers in his room, and doesn't want to walk too far away, or he won't be able to hear it. Erlich is still confused, but he relaxes as he hears the familiar opening notes to Moonlight. He will be okay, as long as he has his bong in his hand and XXXTentacion in his ear. Part 2. "Hello, Eric," says the man standing next to Erlich's mom at the bottom of the stairs. Erlich closes his eyes and then opens them, but the man is still there. "Why are you still here?" he asks, still standing at the top of the stairs. The man at the bottom of the stairs says, "I'm Jin Yang." Erlich is even more confused. "Bitch, who asked?" said Erlich in a sassy tone. "Why the fuck are you in my mom's house?" The small man shrugs and says, "I could ask you the same thing." His voice is very monotone and flat. Oops. Erlich gets very mad at this statement, and he charges down the stairs. "That's rude. I created Aviado. I can live in my mom's house if I want. I'll have you know the housing market is at an all-time low with the current economic crash." Erlich screams down at the little man as he towers over him by a few feet and 100 pounds. Jin Yang.
When you say Aviado.
Jin Yang replies, "Don't care, didn't ask. Plus, I'm your new master." Erlich's mom, Kaylee, I love the way that's spelled, decides that it is her time to butt into the conversation. She walks up to Erlich, dumps what's left in her bottle of vodka onto him, and then puts her lit blunt out on his stomach. His shirt goes up in flames. Erlich has had enough of his mom's bullshit. He runs back up a few steps to the top of the stairs, and then to the end of the hallway. He jumps out the window that is on a small wall. "For Aviado!" He yells as breaks through the glass and lands on the concrete outside, just barely missing a badass Lamborghini with a closed black sunroof. Jin Yang turns to Kaylee and gives her $16.89. He asks, "What is Aviado?" Kaylee replies, "Fuck if I know." "Shut up." Jin Yang stands there and says, "Pleasure doing business with you, Miss Bachman. Bachman." And then he walks out the front door and drags Ehrlich's bruised body through a pile of glass to his bright red Lamborghini. He says, "I know you are not dead, but you are very fat and ugly, and I can't lift you into my Lamborghini. Get into the car by yourself." Ehrlich does not respond, so Jin Yang slaps him across the face and says, "Get up, Eric." And then Ehrlich, I keep saying Eric. Is it Eric or Ehrlich? "Get up, Eric."
Ehrlich, but Jin Yang calls him
Eric. Okay, yeah, see, I don't know that. And then Ehrlich groans as he stands up, using the car, gets into the car. He is bleeding on the seats a little bit, and there's some broken glass on his clothes that is scratching the Lambo's fancy black leather seats with red accents. Jin Yang buckles Ehrlich's seatbelt and child-proofs his door, and then he also gets in. "Where are we going?" asks Ehrlich. "Surprise," says Jin Yang. "Fuck you," replies Ehrlich as he stares out of the car off into the distance, where he can see the city and the mountains and a bright blue sky. "I don't know what's happening," he thinks as he stares into the distance at the Silicon Valley landscape. He is still high. Part 3. "Eric, we are here," says Jin Yang. "Eric, we are here," says Jin Yang. Ehrlich doesn't respond, so Jin Yang gets out and leaves him in the car. It's very sunny, and there are no windows down. "You are stupid and ugly," he says to sleeping Ehrlich through the windows as he locks the car door. Jin Yang goes inside his house and sees, oh no, I'm gonna mess up his name, Dinesh?
Yeah.
And okay, I know Dinesh and Guilfoyle together on the couch. He gets a blowhorn out of the kitchen, goes back into the living room, and pushes on the blowhorn, and Dinesh jumps up. "It's not what it looks like," says Guilfoyle, just sits there. "I don't care," says Jin Yang. Wait, I'm lost. Sorry, He uses the blowhorn again. "Do not let the ugly man out of the car. Do not give him water." Guilfoyle tilts his head and looks like he is thinking for a second, and then he shrugs and says, "Okay." Dinesh glares at him and says, "Okay, we are going somewhere else." Jin Yang does not respond to them. He just walks away and puts the blowhorn back in the kitchen, and then he goes back to the living room. "Tell Richard to pay his rent," he tells Guilfoyle. Dinesh hears Jin Yang and calls from across the room. "Richard doesn't live here, okay?" says Jin Yang. "He's lived with Jared for 2 months, says Dinesh. "How have you not noticed?" Jin Yang shrugs. "I don't care." Guilfoyle responds by saying, "Me either. Let's go." Dinesh only sighs and rolls his eyes, and then they leave the house. They walk by the Lambo and see Ehrlich in there sweating, but he's still asleep. "Isn't it like 80 degrees out here?" asks Dinesh. "Probably," says Guilfoyle. Jin Yang sits in the house and works on coding his newest app, Peed Peeper, until he hears a knock on the door. He gets up and opens the door. "Hello, we are the police," say the police at the door. "Okay," says Jin Yang. "I don't remember asking." The police all close their eyes and then open them at the same time. "A neighbor called to report a child locked in a car at this address," the police say. Jin Yang is unmoved by this. "There is no child in any car here." The police respond by saying,
"No, I'm in the middle of an earthquake and I'm kind of scared. It's shaking the house really, really bad." Oh my god.
"Oh no."
It's like a huge one right now.
This is what you're listening to?
No, I just came back. I had to get some food.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to continue?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm alive.
Okay, glad you're alive, Kat.
I can't see you. Can you turn on the light, please?
Okay. "Thank you for your cooperation, sir."
Hello? Oh my god.
Jin Yang closed the door. The police walk away from the house and down the driveway, walking past the car where Ehrlich was hitting the window with his fist and screaming, "Help me! Help me!" Jin Yang watched from the window. "That is not a child. That is an ugly man." He whispers, excuse me. "That is not a child. That is an ugly man." He whispers under his breath. Part 4. Oops, I did it again. Ehrlich wakes up alone in the car, cradling his bong, the only possession he has left in his arms. It is dark outside and very cold, and he honks the car horn a few times. Not for any reason, just to make noise. Jin Yang hears the horn and comes out of the house. "Eric, stop," says Jin Yang as he taps on the glass window. Ehrlich does not stop. He only starts banging out the glass, trying to get out. "Let me out, asshole," Ehrlich yells at Jin Yang, who stares back. Jin Yang replies, "Okay, Eric, but you have to do your job." He lets Ehrlich out of the car. "I need clothes," demands Ehrlich. His own clothes are ripped, and they have blood and bits of glass on them from jumping through the window. "You did not pack any clothes, so you do not get any clothes, Eric," says Jin Yang as he starts walking away. "Follow me." Oh, I lost myself. "Follow me." Ehrlich decides to listen to Jin Yang, and he follows him to the house. He leaves his bong in the Lambo, which looks like an even brighter shade of red in the California sun. Oh, of the California sun. It is morning now, and the sun has risen into the air. "What is my job?" asks Ehrlich as he follows Jin Yang into the house. Jin Yang leads him to a deserted bedroom with a loft bed that Ehrlich guesses is from IKEA. IKEA is a household staple for furniture, and they have really affordable prices, which makes it an ideal place for poor coders to buy their furniture and interior decor. Ehrlich is hit in the face with a trash bag. "Throw all of Richard's stuff," demands Jin Yang. Ehrlich opens the trash bag and puts a pillow in it. "Who is Richard?" he asks. Jin Yang replies by saying, "It does not matter. Do what I say, Eric." Ehrlich doesn't want to, but he does anyways. He puts a lot of ugly clothes into the trash bag and some blankets and a small $2 succulent from Walmart. It is alive and well taken care of, but he doesn't care. He just throws it into the trash bag. Jin Yang stands in the doorway with his arms crossed and watches him with a blank face. When Ehrlich finishes putting everything but the mattress and the loft bed and desk into the trash bag, he says, "I'm done." And Jin Yang says, "Follow me," and walks away. Ehrlich follows him, trash bag in hand, and they walk down the hallway through the living room, through the makeshift office in the front room, and out of the front door. They then walk down the driveway, past the shiny red Lamborghini and the closed garage, until the stop at a large trash can. "Get in," says Jin Yang. Ehrlich opens the lid of the trash can and puts the trash bag in it, and then closes the lid of the trash can. "Done," he says. Jin Yang opens the trash can lid and says, "Get in again." Ehrlich is confused. "I already put the trash bag in the trash can." He thinks that maybe what Jin Yang wants is lost in translation. "Get in the trash can, Eric," says Jin Yang in a stern voice. "I do not want fat ugly man anymore. Get in." He says again, but stronger, as he gestures at the trash can. Ehrlich decides he has nothing better to do, so he tries to climb into the trash can, grunting as he struggles. "You are too fat," says Jin Yang, as he tries pushing Ehrlich into the trash can. "Shut up," says Ehrlich, but is cut off as he falls into the trash can face first. He asks, "How long do I have to stay here?" His legs stick up out of the trash can and slowly kicking around as he settles into the trash bag. He is glad he put in the trash bag full of Richard's plain and boring IKEA pillows and blankets into the trash can before he had to climb into it. "No more questions," says Jin Yang as he closes the lid of the trash can, banging it onto Ehrlich's legs a few times so that it will close all the way. "What?" asks Ehrlich. He wiggles around in the trash can, trying to maneuver himself so that his head is at the top and his legs are at the bottom. He thinks it would be easier to get out like that and more comfortable. Jin Yang does not respond. He rolls the trash can to the curb and sets it down next to the mailbox. The street is silent, except for the sound of the trash can rolling. For a single moment, it seems like all of Silicon Valley is silent. And then Ehrlich yells, "What did you say?" But it is muffled by the trash can. Jin Yang starts to walk away. He walks away from the trash can and mailbox across the sidewalk, past the bright crimson Lambo and up the pathway to the house. He opens the front door and goes back to coding for his app. He thinks Pete Peeper will be very successful, and he is nearly done with it. Jin Yang gets lost in his works until he hears the sound of a loud truck rumbling down the street. It is the trash truck. Jin Yang gets up, his chair gently rolling a few inches as he walks to the window. He watches as the trash man picks up each neighbor's trash one by one and dumps it into the back of the truck before driving forward to the next house. The trash gets squished down in the back of the truck while driving so that the next house's trash can fit. The trash truck finally gets to his mailbox. The trash man jumps off the side of the truck and walks over to the trash can that Ehrlich is inside. As he walks over, he sees Jin Yang watching from the window. The trash man gives a friendly wave and a smile before he picks up the trash can and dumps its contents into the back of the truck. Jin Yang waves back as the trash man sets the trash can back down next to the mailbox where it belongs. He nods at Jin Yang as he hops back onto the truck and drives off to the next house. "Goodbye, Eric," says Jin Yang as he goes back to his desk to work on Pete Peeper. All that is left of Ehrlich Bachman is the shattered bong and the gleaming ruby Lamborghini. "No one will miss you. You were an ugly man." The end.